Hello everyone, and welcome back to Dark Souls Easy Mode, the first proper episode where we'll actually see gameplay. Last time we made this character, so I'm just going to accept. Then I'm going to skip the opening cutscenes. If you want to see them, I'm sure they're available on YouTube somewhere. I'm just skipping them. Well, because, as I said, this is not meant to be a lore-centric playthrough. Now this is where the game gives you some sort of tutorial. I think this should give me a fast roll. Yeah. So yeah, just in case you're wondering why I took off some armor pieces here, it's my playstyle to focus more on dodging attacks than on tanking them. So for me, heavier armor impedes me because I can't roll as well. I'll show you that in just a second. So taking your armor off in a game like Skyrim would just be kind of pointless. It doesn't really change much. I don't know, it might make you harder to detect while sneaking or something, but in general it's rarely a good choice. Whereas in this game, as you can see, my roll is a bit clumsy here. It's still okay, but a bit clumsy. So if I take off these two armor pieces, my roll is a lot faster, a lot more dynamic. So that's why I did that. It's just something I like to do. Resting at this bonfire is kind of pointless. Now let's go in here. This is where we first encounter a boss. You can already see it up there, very top of the screen. There. And it's about to jump down on us. And there's even a handy developer message right here telling us to just get away. Now if you had chosen, ouch, black fire bombs as your starting gift, you could now be killing this guy. I mean, technically I could be killing him like this. I do 2 damage per swing. He has, I don't know, 1000-ish HP. It could be done, but it's a bit silly. What you're meant to do is go through here. Again, with black fire bombs you could kill it at this point. You even get a special reward for it, but that special reward is a very, very heavy weapon. And you can obtain it another way in the game. And by the time you are able to even use it, because it requires a ton of strength and some dexterity, so by the time you have acquired enough souls to be able to use it, you're probably already at a point where you can just get it in the game anyway. So it's funny that they give it to you, but not really terribly important for any particular build. I mean, it requires 50 strength to one hand, so that's 34 to two-handed. And yeah, just getting those stats takes a long time, and by that point you already have the ability to get that weapon another way. Now we just picked up the longsword and the heater shield. I'll just show you quite quickly. The longsword's just a fairly standard sword. The heater shield, if you look in the center of the screen, it says damage reduction %. And that basically denotes how much of a certain type of damage is absorbed when you block with this shield. So in this case you can see 100% physical, which means when you're attacked by something that's purely physical damage, which early game is quite a lot, all that damage gets absorbed. So basically, if you're able to block with this shield, physical damage just doesn't do anything to you. Magic, fire, and lightning are below 100%. There's actually... There might be shields that go close to 100% against some of these, but I don't believe there's any shields that actually block 100% magic, fire, or lightning in this game. I think the highest is fire, that goes up to 95 on a specific shield. But anyway, the most important stat, because it's by far the most common type of damage, is physical. So the other stats are kind of situational, so you'll probably want to be using different shields if you know you're going to encounter primarily fire damage in a certain section. And yeah, let's just go through this. Again, I won't go into lore or anything like that. There's a bit of a trap if you walk up this these stairs here. But if you keep to the left side here, as I did, on your way down, you'll be able to avoid the trap, no problem. And then I suggest opening this door. It's just a shortcut to an earlier section of the game. In here we have a dude. Let's talk to the dude.
Regrettably.
Again, I'll skip through dialogues like so. What you just saw me do is a riposte. It's a somewhat risky strategy, but can be very powerful. And what you do is you use the L2 or LT, depending on what controller you use, I guess. I'm using an Xbox controller, so it's technically LT for me, but I'm still going to say L2. I don't know, it feels more intuitive. So this can be done with lighter shields. Heavier shields, great shields, don't have this this animation. Instead, you use the shield to basically slam into enemies in front of you. And if you do this when an enemy is in front of you and in a specific point in their attack animation, you shove their weapon to the side and they become staggered. And if you then perform a normal R1, you get a riposte animation that does a large amount of bonus damage. So it's pretty nice. The longsword also has a very cool attack, which is this one. It's a straight piercing move, which has huge range and is very handy, especially when fighting in corridors. Ouch. Rolled too early. And this right here is actually where they teach you about parrying and riposting, because this is a good way to deal with this enemy. He's stronger than the other enemies we've encountered so far, and so riposting him is a good way to get rid of him. Okay, let's take a sip of Estus. I'm not sure to which extent I should tutorialize this this playthrough. Basically, the guy we just spoke to gave us some Estus, which is a healing item. It has limited uses, but it refills every time we rest at a bonfire. Now, as you might have just seen, I did a jumping attack on Asylum Demon. It's a bit of a trick you can do to, well, just do some bonus damage initially. And it's not difficult to perform at all. Speedrunners, when they do the tutorial this way, they always use it. Just when you're standing on that balcony on top there, you target Asylum Demon, and instead of just jumping down and holding the R1 attack, which is how you do a plunging attack, instead you just do a jumping attack, which is when you do forward and R2 simultaneously. And that way you get both the damage from the jumping attack and the damage from the plunging attack. And a plunging attack you can really only use when you're standing above someone and you are able to drop down on them. And then while you drop, you hold the R1 button pressed and you will basically do a special attack that does bonus damage. And you can just kind of combine a jumping and plunging attack in that setting. I'm not sure if that's a glitch or intentional, actually. But yeah, it works. Just do a jumping attack, and you'll be fine. Don't wait too long on that balcony, by the way. Eventually he's able to just jump and completely destroy that balcony while you're standing on it, so don't linger too long on that place. Okay, and that's us already done with the tutorial. I'll try to keep these videos somewhat short, or maybe not keep them short, but keep them concise and to the point. So I won't be lingering too well. I guess what I'm trying to say is I'll section them into fairly small bits. Now some of those bits might take a while, but I'm trying to not push too much into an episode. So just one area an episode, even if that makes the video 10 minutes long, but sometimes areas will take longer and might be 30 minutes long. But I'm looking to basically split them by theme or section of the game, and not by time so much. So that's the tutorial done with. Not really much to say there about making it easier. Just, I don't know, play through it normally. Yeah, that's about it. So I hope this was useful. Next time we'll explore the starting area and gain a bunch of items. So look forward to that. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.